Enjoying secrets of a sugar daddy? How about a little something extra? Here's today's dose of extra sugar with Marcus.
Hey, this is Marcus, and welcome to this segment of Extra Sugar. All right, today's Extra Sugar, I'm going to dive into a listener letter. It's a 43-year-old new sugar baby who's asking for some advice, and so we're going to help her out with this. But before we get to that, we are getting so excited for Sugarpalooza 5. I have just secured all the Airbnbs, and they are fantastic to house our out-of-town guests. I'm telling you, this party is going to be off the hook, bigger and better than anything we've ever done. It's November 6th through the 8th, and if you're wanting to come, you better fill out your application now. Spots are filling up quickly, so go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, and you will see the party tab, and that will give you all the information and the application to come to our party. Now, airfare is not included except for a very lucky few, and we are running out of those funds quickly. Now, if you're a sugar daddy and you want to come to the party, get a hold of me. We still have a lot of spots available for you guys. You can contact me at info@secretsofasugardaddy.com. Now, even if you can't make it to the party and you would like to help one of our sugar babies make it by sponsoring them with their airfare alone, that would be great. So just reach out to me. We would love to surprise somebody with their airfare and let them know that your generosity helped them get to Sugarpalooza 5. Now, if you are a Patreon member, you will get priority status when it comes to the selection process. And the great thing about our Patreon group, we've made it free. And did I say free? I do post a lot of content that is free, and you will see quite a few things. Now, to get even more priority in the judging status, you'd want to sign up to be at least a VIP member of our Patreon, and it starts at only $10 a month. It unlocks the entire site. You get everything. You get the community chat, you get all the extra sugars and episodes before anybody else, you get to see exclusive behind-the-scenes photos, videos, and information that we do not post anywhere else except our Patreon group. We even throw out a lot of perks for us locals. The other day we had an extra seat at a professional baseball game. Sometimes we have an extra seat at a nice dinner when we have guests in town. I mean, there's all kinds of extra perks that we throw in there. Now, if you want to sign up for some of the advanced tiers, they include coaching and profile reviews. So go to patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast and join us there. And we hope to see you at our next party. Okay, on to today's Extra Sugar. Now, I'm definitely going to change her name because it might be a little recognizable, but we're going to call her Rochelle. And she wrote in and says, "Hi, my name is Rochelle. I just turned 43, and I am brand spanking new to SA." That's seeking for you guys that don't know the initials. "I am pretty and fit, so I look younger than my age, and men I meet in person always hit on me, so I know I'm not ugly. My backstory is I have been single for a year with no dating whatsoever and was in a 20-year marriage prior to that. To say it was unfulfilling is an understatement. I am ready to put myself out there, and I know at this point I do not want to go into traditional dating. I have a best friend who has had sugar daddies off and on since we were in our 20s, so I am familiar with the lifestyle and what it takes. I was just tied down and never got into it, but I was always intrigued, and I know this lifestyle is for me right now. I have been on the site for about a week." Oh, you are new. "I listened to your podcast to help with some pointers." Well, that was very wise of you. "I am very aware of having to weed out guys and find the right ones. I guess my question is, how do I know when to pull the trigger and meet with someone? Some want to without really talking, and I worry they are crazy, LOL. Okay, I've got more to read, but let's just dive into that part right there. I personally don't like a lot of small talk, and I like to get to the meet and greet very quickly. I've gone on and texted for days, weeks, even months with a girl, only to meet her face to face and be sorely disappointed. Or maybe she did look exactly like what I thought she looked like, but there was just no chemistry, no there was just no connection in person. I've had plenty of girls show up and they were just beautiful, exactly as advertised, but then their personality was just so different than their texting personality. And I'm sure you have encountered that too. When you meet somebody, you're like, wow, you were a lot different through texting. I've had people say, yeah, I'm a bad texter. Some people I thought were very dry and with no personality, and then I show up and they have a wonderful personality and they talk my ear off, but they always gave me one word answers when we text, or very, very short answers. And I hate that because I can't really get to know anybody and it's just very dry and boring. And they've commented, yeah, I've always been told I'm a terrible texter. I don't like to text. I'd rather meet in person. So my advice to you is, yeah, always be cautious. But if they want to meet very quickly, I think that's a good thing, because I do too. All right, she says, I find that guys I'm talking to don't really bring up any talk of being in the lifestyle, so how do I know who really has the means and who just is looking for a booty call or just a relationship without the financial side? Yeah, now that part you do kind of want to bring up before you meet them to make sure you're on the same page. I've talked about it many times that Alejandra, my main sugar baby, has gone on meet and greets, and they were completely on different pages of what they were offering, what she was expecting, and it was a big waste of time for everybody. So men don't like this to be transactional, and women, frankly, do not like it to be transactional either for the most part. So go ahead and discuss, hey, what is it exactly you're looking for? What kind of relationship are you looking for? How many times a week? Just be upfront with me and let me know, what your financial situation is. What do you provide? And then when they ask, well, what are you expecting? Then you can kind of go into maybe, hey, I've got some rent that has gotten out of control now that I'm single. Or, I've got these expenses and I'd really, like some help with those. And then you can kind of get into the crux of the information. And again, that you're listening to our podcast is a very positive thing, because we do go over this almost every single episode as we interview sugar babies, sugar daddies, read letters, give advice. We talk about how to take it from texting to the meet and greet and somewhat be on the same page before you get there.
It's a dose of extra sugar with Marcus.
From the mind of a 2-foot-tall talking spokes puppet comes this year's biggest challenge. It's time for Bob's Dare to Compare, the hottest game show on TV that asks, what happens when you compare Bob's to the competition? You get style. You get quality. You get beeps and boops and dings and whomps. And thousands of dollars in savings. Everyone's a winner when you dare to compare with Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop in store or at mybobs.com to play now.
Brought to you by secretsofasugardaddy.com.
All right, she says, there are some that are really obvious, but I feel like I have to dig to find out if they are serious about the financial part because they don't seem to bring it up. Maybe I'm too aggressive in the beginning to talk about it. I just don't want to waste anyone's time, so I feel like it should be an upfront conversation when they reach out, but it doesn't seem to happen except maybe one or two guys. Yeah, and we're trying to educate the men on this. I definitely even put in my profile, hey, I'm familiar with this type of dating and the financial benefits that you're seeking. That puts a lot of girls at ease because they know that I've already kind of brought that part up, and I seem to have more meet and greets, seem to encounter really solid people more than the average guy. Now, I don't know if that particular thing is driving them. I'm sure it helps. So the men, they kind of need to, when they text us, mention that, what kind of financial benefits are you looking for, or something to that effect. Or maybe as a woman, you can ask them, hey, what kind of financial benefits are you used to providing? There is a reason I picked this site versus Bumble or Tinder, and men get it. Now, men want to be cheap, a lot of men, and they want to get something for nothing, but they are willing to fork out the financial benefits that you're seeking. But sometimes you just got to pull it out of them, and don't be afraid to do that. It's expected and not surprising when a woman does that, especially when they encounter each other on this site. So don't be afraid to mention it. All right, she says, I think my bio is great. I specify what I'm looking for. Being 43, I am looking for companionship, so I am not looking to just get paid, but I will not date someone who is broke and doesn't want to take care of me. That was my 20-year marriage. Well, you don't have to. If you've kept yourself in shape and you're saying that you look young for your age, there's plenty of men that will just start throwing money at you just to have you by your side. So I don't think you have to worry about that part. She says, anyway, do you have any advice to a noob who just isn't sure of who can really provide and who can't when first getting on? I feel like anyone can fake their financial status part of the website. Is it too much to ask about it when they reach out, or do I wait for the first meet? I am a very straightforward person because at my age I have been through the BS and I am very clear on what I want, so I convey that when they reach out. But again, is that coming on too strong? Rochelle. No, it is not coming on too strong. I think you just go with your gut. Every conversation flows differently, and you just got to figure out where to insert that part. You don't want it to be the first thing in your face. How much are you offering? That is a big turnoff. I can't tell you how many times I've actually benefited a girl financially much more who didn't shove it into my face, but maybe she told me about some things that she wanted to accomplish or some bills that she wanted to pay off. Like Alejandra had this debt of her credit card debt, and she told me that she wanted to get it paid off, and that she had some schooling that she was trying to pay for. And so I found myself like, oh yeah, I'll take care of that. Here's some for your schooling. Here's some for your credit card debt. And I started actually giving her more financial benefits than what I ever thought I was going to. And I was happy to do that because I knew she was being genuine and it was going towards a good cause. And she was providing me the attention and the fun dates and the great connection that I desired. So I found myself going above and beyond. But yeah, you definitely want to figure out how to bring that up in the conversation. I say, let the conversation flow. And then when it gets to the part about meeting, just talk about, hey, I'm on the site for a reason, and I know this is an uncomfortable subject, but I am here because I don't want to date a broke guy. There's plenty of those to choose from on Tinder and Bumble and Match and all those other sites. And I'm assuming since you're on this site, you are able to help me financially also because I have these goals or these things I desire to take care of. Where do you stand on that? And then just let them answer. And if you don't like where they're going, or you feel like they're beating around the bush, or that might be a red flag, or they're getting wishy-washy about it, then use your good judgment to decide whether you want to continue forward or not. But there are plenty of men that, from what it sounds like, that would be very, very happy to take you out, show you a good time, and provide you those financial benefits that you're seeking. All right, hope you guys enjoyed today's Extra Sugar. And don't forget, we have a new episode every Tuesday, and our Patreon is popping. We got a lot of new members, so come join the family if you're not already there. That's patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy Podcast. Oh, and one more thing. We are getting very, very close to 100 reviews on Apple. And from what I heard, once you get 100 reviews, then, I don't know, other things take place in their algorithm and the podcast starts getting promoted. We're hoping that's what's going to happen to generate more and more listeners, as I think we have a lot of good advice and coaching and just great things to say about dating in general. So if you haven't done that yet, go write us a 5-star review on Apple and help us to get to that 100 review mark ASAP. I think we're at like 90 something. So we really, really appreciate your help. Okay, until next time. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed your Extra Sugar with Marcus. As always, visit our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, to comment or tell us your story.